Hello, guys. Good morning. Good to have you here today on Pentouch Galleria online media series. So, if you are coming across this channel for the very first time, or if you are coming across this page for the very first time, either on TikTok or on YouTube or Facebook, I want to say a very big warm welcome to you. My name is Chukwebuka Godwin, and I am your facilitator. I'll be the one that will be taking you through everything that we'll be doing today. So, this is actually an online media series that I started this week, hoping that it's going to, continue. So, if you are here and you still haven't followed us, please do make sure to give us a follow. And also, if you want to ask any question regarding what we are doing, don't forget to, use the comment section to do that. So basically today we'll be dealing on a very important issue, which has to do with being able how to connect the black magic camera. Understand? So this is for those that want to be able to, you know, use their phone to do connection, and then they want to use the black magic app, which serves as external camera, you understand, for your church use. And in that case, it tends to, like, limit how your video lags and also help improve it. So today is going to be a very practical session. And yesterday uh, I actually did same, where I showed how to do the wireless connection. But then in that wireless connection we used iron webcam, which is uh, what we used for that very scenario. So today, I've already said it that we'll be using the black magic camera, and trust me, anything we are going to do today is going to be very, very practical. So have it at the back of your mind that it's going to be worth it. Do make sure to give me a follow. And if you have any question whatsoever, please use the comment section to drop it, and I will also be answering it. So without wasting much of your time, I still want to use this opportunity to say a warm welcome to those who have been following me, those who have been watching my videos, those who are also in my community. Special thanks to you. I'm very much sure that you will attest that belonging to that community is not something that you came across by mistake, because to anyone who will be sincere to themselves, they can actually attest that it has been something that has been very impactful to them. So I am actually seeing all your comments and all your, everything that has to do with your activities right here on my page. So just keep the questions coming, and if you need to help, please, the best way you can encourage me is to help me share this video. Please share it across to people who will need it, to your church team. If you have anyone who belongs to your church team that you want to, get the idea, maybe if you are a pastor, if you are an evangelist, a reverend, or maybe you are a media head, and maybe you are also planning on starting something out for your church, this is the right platform for you. I want to say a very big warm welcome. So while I invite people from my group, because I still need to push out the notification so that they will know that we are live. Till I see you in the next few seconds or few minutes per se, please do make sure to bring your question up and running, and I'm going to see you right there in few minutes. So we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, where we will kickstart on the very business of the day. All right. Good to have you back here again. Thank you for staying tuned. We are live on 3 platforms, so that you know. We are live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And all these platforms are the platform that we'll be utilizing as time goes on to, spread this message across. So please, if you are here and you still haven't followed me, you are on a long term, please do make sure to give me a follow. Keep your questions and your comments coming, so that you'll be able to, get your answers, uh, get your questions answered or your problems dealt with. So, without further ado, for those, because I'm still waiting for more people to join so that we don't have to keep going back and forth, please, if you join us right here on TikTok, the only thing you can do for me is please help me power tap on the screen. Then, if you are also on YouTube, you can help me subscribe and also drop your comment in the comment section, like, share, like all this engagement is going to, help bring in more people. So do make sure that you help do all of these things. It's another way to, encourage us to say we see what you are doing. So please, while we are doing that and while we are waiting for more people, please do help us to, share this video, drop your comments, and also, like. That like helps a very, in fact, it goes a long way in helping us, run this. So I think we have someone here on YouTube. We have someone on YouTube. Please, Gospel Cave HQ. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I see you. Gospel is joining us from YouTube. Gospel is joining us from YouTube. So this is Gospel. Gospel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I see your emoji. That's very nice. Please, guys, you can help me share this video. You can help me share. And if you have any question, please do make sure to drop it. So right now, I'm going to be starting. There won't be any time since we don't have much people joining us. I believe that with time they are going to join. And also have it at the back of your mind for those that are watching us on YouTube. This video will always be readily available on YouTube. So it will be saved in the live session of the YouTube page. So do make sure to, use the opportunity to always visit my YouTube channel. So without wasting much time, I'm going to dive straight into the business of the day. So we are talking about how to use the Blackmagic application, and it's going to be practical, like I said. So I'm going to be, first of all, showing you the items that you need for you to be able to, use the Blackmagic application, connect it to your system, and also be able to project it to your television, or be able to stream it to the destination that you want it to go. And in most cases, you'll be streaming to multiple destinations like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Kik, and all of that. But then, to start off with, you will need these items, which I'll be showing to you. Please take a good look at your screen. These are the items that you will be needing for your stream. So this is it right here. Let me put on my lights. I think I'm not getting the lights very well. All right. So to start with, the first thing you need in order for you to, utilize the Blackmagic application is what is called your smartphone. So your smartphone is your external camera, because in this case, maybe your church is on a budget and you do not have the necessary gadgets that is needed for you to, stream. Maybe you can't afford a camera, right? Now we say that without the camera, you can still do your service and it will still look very professional. Just the way you're watching me, I'm currently using my phone, though not with the Blackmagic app, because I intend to just use the phone for further demonstration. You get. Chief Editor, thank you for joining. So help me share this video, and also if you have any question, you can ask it in the comment section, right? So that being said, you need the mobile phone, smartphone, and in most cases, I prefer to recommend, if you can afford it, please get an iPhone. Get an iPhone. Get an iPhone. So iPhone basically is one phone that I most recommend because of the kind of camera that it has, the camera quality. It's very much very crisp. And if you can't get an iPhone, please you can go for like Samsung phone. Samsung has a very good camera build where you get the opportunity for you to utilize a smartphone to the best of it. So when you get a smartphone like let's say iPhone or Samsung, now there are still some because in most cases I discovered that the Blackmagic application do not support like every phone, but then check if it supports yours. Now the next thing you will be needing is this. That is after the smartphone, you will either get this. This is what they call the lightning to is it? Yeah, this is lightning to HDMI converter. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Lightning to HDMI converter. This is lightning to HDMI converter. You can see this is for iPhone, right? This is for iPhone. So this one goes into your mobile phone. And then over here you can see there are two ports here. This port right here is your HDMI port, and then this other one is for you to charge your phone. So that being said, whenever you are using this, you should know that you will need to plug it to a power bank. And why I also love it is the fact that people that created it made it this way. Now I've issued the opportunity that while you are also streaming, you no longer have to start removing your phone to charge at some point, because you are doing video, there's every high tendency that your phone is going to require steady power depending on how long you will be running that very stream. So when you get this is basically for those that are using iPhone. And let me also state that for those people that are using iPhone, it is not every iPhone that it supports, right? So for iPhone below iPhone XR, yeah, if you are using iPhone X downwards, you are not going to see the Blackmagic app. You will see it, but it won't be compatible with your phone. Why? Because you don't have the latest iOS. That is, I think they said from iOS, is it 26 or 16, something thereabout. So that being said, please make sure that you are using an iPhone that is above iPhone X. Now, when you have any iPhone X, like iPhone XS, XS Max, XR, iPhone 12, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 13, all of those, just have it at the back of your mind that you are getting this. But then, what if I am not using an iPhone? I'm using like a Samsung. Now, in that case, you know that most of those Samsung phones, they now use what they call the Type-C port, right? That is where this comes in. So this is called a USB-C hub. You can see that. You are going to see different ports, and you can see over here it has a HDMI port. So this HDMI port is what you'll be using. So this end will go into your phone, right? And then the HDMI port here is what you are going to plug and then send it out. So have it at the back of your mind, like I said, that if you are using anything from iPhone XS Max upwards, you need this, right? But then if you are using your Android, you need this. Then let me also tell you that some iPhones need this. So a situation where you are using, I think, the iPhone 15 thereabout, that is the iPhone that now uses Type-C, you need this. So if you're using like iPhone 16, which I'm very sure, and iPhone 17, all those modern upgrade of iPhone, like the 15, 16, and 17, I think you will need this. Just check what your charging port is. If your charging port is Type-C, you get this. If your charging port is Lightning, you get this. I hope that is clear. And let me also state that, like this one, where it has a charging port, you cannot just use this. You cannot just plug your HDMI and straight to your capture card. It's not going to work. You will need to put a power bank. So you have a power bank. So what this power bank will help do is to boost the power and also be able to charge your phone. Then also while you're also using this, I think the same thing also applies. You will either have to plug in the power bank into any of these ports, you understand, and then plug your HDMI out, and that is how you are able to capture your feed. So going ahead, what is the next thing that we need? We need what they call a capture card. Now, this is my own capture card, right? And you can see this is a capture card. Now, it comes in different products, different sizes, different brands, and all of that. Now, you may not necessarily see this, but for every capture card that you see, most of the modern capture card, all those 3.0 capture card, you are going to see where they will give you a HDMI in. It's always written here. I don't know if you can see it. This is HDMI in, right? And that means that when you bring your HDMI that is coming from your phone, like this one we go into your phone. This HDMI that is going out, right? It's going to go into the HDMI in here. So when it goes into HDMI in, then the other port here is a USB port. USB, I think USB A. That is where you have to plug it. Then when you plug it, this one now goes into your system. You see, that is the connection. Ordinarily, I would have been doing this, but then because I'm showing you, when I start the practical, you are going to see how it's going to take its role to know how each one. So you can see I said it according to the image that we have here. You need your smartphone. You need to also download the Blackmagic application, which is what you are going to be using. Now, like I said, the Blackmagic application is not supported for every Android phone in terms of Android, but it's supported for almost every iPhone. But then in the line of iPhone, it must be any iPhone that is above iPhone X. I hope that is loud and clear. So do make sure to understand all of this before you go to the market to get anything. You get? So that being said, let's also forge ahead to the next thing on the list. The next thing you now need is what they call the HDMI. Your HDMI. Now, if you don't know what HDMI looks like, you can see the picture here on the screen. So what do? You are going to see something that looks like this. Look at it. This is HDMI. This is HDMI. You understand? This is what you use to connect your television. You use it for your television. Most of this flat screen, like I have here, it's HDMI cable. So you will have it like this. This is what it looks like. So this is HDMI, right? So this HDMI is what you are going to plug into your USB-C hub or into your lightning converter. So you either plug it here, that is for those that are using Android and iPhone 15 upwards, or you can plug it in here for those that are using anything that is above iPhone X. This one goes into your phone. Then this end now is what is now going to go into your capture card. That is this HDMI. So you will always see HDMI in. On that capture card is usually indicated. You will see HDMI in. Now for some capture card, those most especially those 3.0 USB capture card, you might see the one that the part that says HDMI in and HDMI loop out. Now when you see that loop out means that, now to explain it better, every HDMI, like let's say from your system, you understand, the HDMI port on your system is for output, not for input, right? So when you send into a capture card like this, and then maybe at this end you still see where they say HDMI loop. What this means is that this loop now can be sent to another direction, not into your system. That HDMI loop is not to be sent into your system because your system on its own does not do a HDMI input. What your system does is HDMI output. I hope that is clear. So what you can basically do is that loop from that place, you can still take it and plug it into your television direct, so that anything that your capture card is seeing, you understand, or whatsoever that has been sent, can be sent straight to your television, while this other end can now go into your system. I hope that is making sense. Let me repeat. When you bring a capture card, in this case, this one just has only one input of HDMI in, and then an output of USB. You understand? This HDMI in is an input that is coming from your feed, that is from your camera or your phone, lightning or USB-C hub. That is the in, right? Now, here in most cases, you might find out that you have a USB and you also have another HDMI that says HDMI loop out. That loop means that you can take that HDMI, plug it into your television for preview. Don't go and send it into your system for you to capture it as a camera. It's not going to work, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Take it anywhere. It doesn't work. The HDMI port on your PC is for output and not for input. I guess that is clear. So now you've plugged it like this. So you take this end and you insert it into the USB port of your PC. Let's go ahead. The next thing you also need is a capture card. I've already said that, which is what we have right here. So you can see why I just made this is so that you'll be seeing it and then you will know what to get. So you can even take a screenshot of something of this nature and be able to see it, suggest it to your church, let them know that these are the things that you need for you to use the Blackmagic app. And knowledge is power. So when you know all of these things, you will no longer have problem being able to set this. Even when you are alone, you'll be able to do it on your own. So the next thing is your laptop. So laptop basically is what is going to serve as your video mixer. That is where everything will be collected. You need a laptop for you to be able to stream. You need a laptop for you to be able to mix your feed. So that means if your church does not have anything, they should start looking at getting laptop. And when I talk about laptop is not just anyhow laptop, right? It's not just anyhow laptop. So they should have it at the back of their mind that they will need to invest in laptop. So that laptop, there is a particular specification that is required, and that specification means that depending on what you want to use it for, you must have to get a laptop that will match those activity. So let's say, for instance, that I want to be able to just capture my feed and send it to the church screen. Hi, Abby Official Clue. Abby Official, thank you for joining. Good to have you here. All right. So basically, we are doing something which has to do with the use of Blackmagic camera. The Blackmagic camera. That is what we are doing. How to use Blackmagic camera. So a situation where you want to be able to use your phone as external camera to either stream to destination. Now, using this Blackmagic camera, which you can have on your phone, you can easily stream to destinations. So if maybe you do not have the money to buy professional camera or professional broadcast camera, you can use your phone, either your smartphone like your iPhone or your Samsung, to give people the opportunity to watch you. You understand? You say, which country? Well, I'm in Nigeria. Basically, I'm in Nigeria. Thank you. So please, if you have further questions, you can always keep it coming. Okay? Keep it coming. Thank you. So that being said, if you have any question, please keep it coming. So while I am doing this, basically is just to demonstrate to you what is needed. So without further ado, let's go ahead. So we've talked about laptop, and this laptop, like I said, you must have to get a very good spec of PC. So this spec basically is something that you have to pay close attention. Oh, drag money, Maoga, good to have you here. Nigeria living in the UK. All right, bro. Good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, guys, you can help me share this video. You can also help me, like, maybe just keep liking. Most of those likes tend to, boost the views and all of that. Please, that is one thing I will oblige you right here. Please, do what to help me keep liking. Yeah, I suspected that you are from India. It's very obvious. Thank you for joining. How is India today? How is Mumbai? Thank you for joining. I think today my YouTube people are leading. My YouTube people are leading. Unlike before that you will see people on TikTok. I don't even know why I still haven't seen much people on TikTok. I don't know. Or does TikTok go on holidays on? Do they go on? Do they go on holiday maybe on Saturdays? All right. So let's go ahead. So these are the things on that part of the PC. You need a very good spec. But then, if what you are basically trying to do is just to feed your screen to the church, where you just have to connect everything to the system and then feed screen, and that is all that you need to do. Well, in that case, you might just something like an 8 gig RAM can do. That is the spec. 8 gig RAM of memory, that is RAM. Then in terms of the processor, those ones that are 2 gig, 2.5 gigabytes of processor they can do. But then when you start going higher, when I say higher, a situation where you know that as of this point that you need to start streaming. And when I talk about streaming, I mean you want to be able to combine phones and be able to push it to platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and all of that. Please, you need to start upgrading, and that is where you start talking about getting a high-end PC. Now, a PC with maybe 16 gigabytes of RAM, a processor of nothing less than 3.0 gigahertz of processor, a storage of maybe from 500 gigabytes to 1 terabyte and upwards, and it must not be a HDD. It mustn't be a hard disk drive. It should be SSD, because as of this point, you need your system to process information or process data. In fact, your system needs to be as fast as possible, and that is where they tell you that if you need to look at it or maybe kill the whole bed in one go, you can get something like a gaming PC. Basically, most gaming PCs can withstand the hurdle. So that being said, another thing that you may need, which I might not talk much about, is your audio mixer. Now, why I'm saying this, I'm not saying you should go and buy audio mixer, but why I'm saying this is so that you will know that there is a part that the audio mixer needs to play, because in that point, maybe in your church, you have your audio mixer, so it's going to play a part. So have it at the back of your mind, it's going to play a part. So you will need to be able to pick your sound from your sound mixer into your stream. So basically, you might be thinking that the audio mixer is just for the people that are singing, maybe like the choir and the gospel band. But then have it at the back of your mind. You need the sound mixer as of this point. But then how do you now get the feed or the sound from the audio mixer? Now let me say this: it is very unprofessional for you to live stream and then be using your ambient sound. Ambient sound, when you talk about it, is those sound like now. I don't know if you can hear the sound from my fan. You may be able to hear it, but it might not be that very visible. Reason being that I have my microphone right here. The sound you are hearing is not like this, because you can barely hear me. I don't know. You can barely hear me. What I'm using is actually a dynamic microphone, so it has a high level of noise cancellation, right? So just see this like my video mixer, and what I am using to now capture it is the the pod track 4. This is it. This is my audio. So this thing now serves as my audio mixer, which means I am sending sound from. Let's assume that this is my mic that the pastor will be using, or that the gospel band will be using, right? So it goes from here through XLR, and then it walks into this place, which is my supposed sound mixer. And in this case, what that means is that from here now, I will now send it to my PC. You can see how I'm capturing it. I'm capturing the sound into my OBS using a type C. So from this type C, it goes straight into my PC. And that is why, even if people are passing by, because I live on the street. Yes, I live on the street. So that is why when people are passing by, you may not hear them. When some certain things fall on the floor, you may not hear it, right? That is because I have a sound source where I am getting my sound from. So you wouldn't want to be able to stream and then you are using the sound and where children are crying and all of that. So you are going to, do away with that. So another thing you also need is your phone stand. Phone stand is what holds your phone. So I won't be saying much about it. So look out for phone stands that can carry your camera. Then another thing also is the XLR cable. Your XLR cable. Now this XLR cable depends on what your mixer is outputting. Based on what it is outputting, you can see what it looks like. And I also have something similar here that I'm going to show you in respect to that. Like, I came prepared. So guys, please, if you still have any further question, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. It's very much appreciated. Please, it is very much appreciated. Just help me help me tap on the screen. Those on YouTube can also tap. Those on Facebook can tap. Perkins, thank you for joining. So right here, I have my XLR cable. Now it differs from mixer to mixer depending on what your sound engineer is going to tell you to bring. So in most cases, you might see this. You see, this is, just look for the lens depending on where your laptop is and where your sound mixer is. What you might need, sometimes they will tell you to get a jack, and then this end is going to be XLR. This is the male. So this jack will go into my audio mixer, that is the church sound mixer, and then this part will go into my sound card. I will still talk about the sound card, but I'm just telling you so that you'll be able to see everything. In some instances, they may tell you that, okay, that the whole ports are already filled up, and then you need to get something like this. In some cases, you can get something like this, and then the other end will be this, depending on what your capture card can take. You understand? Because all of these things are connections. And why you are doing this is just for you to be able to have a professional looking stream. And let me also say it that in most cases, when you talk about live stream, some people do not understand the parts that sound play. Now, if you are watching this video and maybe the quality is not that great, you can pardon it if my sound is clear. But then you might 100% likely turn off from this stream if you can see my face and then the sound is bad that you can barely hear or understand me. You see the thing there? So please do well to try as much as possible to take care of your audio. And also let me also let you know, although I will still say it, that sound is very important. Please, for every of your stream, do not use ambient sound. Get your sound from the sound mixer. You can't, in fact, you can't overemphasize it. It is really, really important. Please get a sound mixer. Now, onto the next thing that we have on the agenda, we have the sound card. Now, let me also tell you that sound card comes in different shapes, in different form, in different sizes, right? So in this case, you have this one that looks like a box. This is a professional looking sound card where this is what actually houses your sound that is coming from the mixer, from your sound mixer. You send it through the XLR or the jack cable into the sound mixer. Now it is from this sound mixer now that you now send it into your PC to get that clear looking sound. But then for low budget setups, there are other sound cards that you can get. So I have this. This is like the cheapest, which I got from Temu. You see how it's looking. So in this case now, this USB is going to go into my PC. This one will go into my PC. Then this place, when you look, is usually labeled mic and headphone. I don't know if you can see that. Mic and headphone. So meaning that I'm going to be using something of this nature. You understand? It's going to go into the mic, and then you see it's going to look like this, and then you plug this into my my system, and then this part in this case can go into my mixer, and I'll have my sound. So guys, I'll be back shortly to take you on the remaining parts of this video, so do stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Thank you for staying tuned. If you are still here, I want to say thank you for still being here. So, like I was saying initially, now when you're talking about the equipment, like the sound card, so basically the importance of the sound card is that it enables you to capture clean sound from your video, from your audio mixer into your PC, and I've already shown you what I am using right here as my sound card. Then I also forgot to let us know, although I'll still say it, the next part of it is still about a video splitter, which is right here. So this video splitter is what helps you to, distribute the video coming from your PC. Now, you may have this instance where you'll be asking yourself, I have like 3 cameras, and then in my church, I want to be able to, you know, feed it to like 3 screens, 4 screens, 5 screens, 6 screens, depending on how large the church is. How am I going to distribute it? Looking at it that the HDMI port on your PC is just one port. Now, like I said, the HDMI port is simply for output, not for input, because I've had some people who have once asked me that that they discovered that their PC only has, in fact, they know that their PC only has one input. That's what if they use it for capturing their video. Though that was why I made a certain video where I actually cleared it that you don't need, you do not need you do not need the HDMI of your PC to take input. It does not take input. What it basically does is do output. And as such, what does input is your USB port on your PC. Now, but then, since it is only one port of HDMI that is on your PC, how are you now going to feed the different screens that are available in your church? That is where the HDMI splitter comes in. Now, the HDMI splitter comes in different sizes. I'm supposed to bring mine. I forgot it inside. But then you can see it on the screen here. So you can see this is what it looks like. It also has some that looks like SDI. I think this very one is like, okay, this is HDMI actually. So what you do is you get a splitter like this. In most cases, it comes in different variation. Like some could be, let's say, 4 outputs. It's usually one input and different outputs. So some can come in different outputs. It can be 4, it can be 8, it can be 16, depending on the one you get and what you think will work for you. Is that clear? So when you get this HDMI splitter, because it has basically like one input, so it means you will plug the HDMI of into your system. You plug the HDMI cable into your system, usually a short HDMI. You plug it into your system, then the other end will go into the input of the HDMI splitter. It goes into the inputs. Now the other outputs that are there are usually like 4 8, so you can plug in output 1, this in HDMI, to your first television, plug the output 2 to your second television, plug the output 3 to your third television, and output 4 to your fourth television. That way it will be able to distribute the one feed coming from your PC into into those televisions, and then everybody will have it. I hope that is clear. Then I just intentionally added the television here just to show you. So all of this, will be doing the connection right here so that you'll be able to see how it works. I'm going to show you. It's going to be more practical. So if for some few seconds you do not see my face, but then you can still hear my voice, that is me trying to run the process so that you will see how it's going to be. And then in most cases, let me say it because maybe after this I'll have to start using my phone camera. So in most cases, I'm also going to show you how you can also bring it into your OBS, and then later we'll wrap it up by showing you how to maybe stream to YouTube, to Facebook, and maybe like your TikTok. So if you are still here, please do make sure to give me a follow. I hope my village people are no longer fighting me. I thought I've overcome them, but God passed them sha. So let's just continue. Let's see how it goes. So Isaac Armstrong, thank you for joining. Kitchen Studios, thank you for joining. These people have taken my lights, but then all is well. Let me just hope. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to do the connection. First thing first, I am going to take this USB-C hub. I'm going to take the USB-C, that is, sorry, I'm going to take the lightning and I'm going to plug it into my phone. But before then, let me plug the HDMI. And I said something, please, a situation where you have your media stand that it's like miles, or let's say is very far, or anything above 20 meters, please, anything above 20 meters, if maybe where your master camera is situated is different from where your media stand is and it's above 20 meters, please get this. This is a fiber optics HDMI cable. This is a fiber optics HDMI cable. Please get this. Get this. Get this. Fiber optics HDMI cable. This is what will enable you to send that feed from where your master camera is, you understand, to where your media stand is, for it to be able to capture a very good sound. I just brought this so that I will show you. So if you know that the distance is maybe like 10 meters, 15 meters, you can get the normal HDMI cable like this. But if it goes above that, please get the fiber optics for your peace of mind. Because if you go and buy the normal 50 meters ordinary HDMI and maybe the distance is above 25, 30, 50, you will end up being frustrated. You are not going to get any feed. I hope that is clear. This is just to warn you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lightning to HDMI. What I'll do is I'm going to get my power bank. Remember I said you need a power bank. So this is my power bank right here. This is my power bank. But before the power bank, I'm going to plug in my HDMI. So my HDMI cable will go in here. This is it. When it goes in, I will take the charger of I'll take the charger of my iPhone, the charger, I'll plug it into my power bank. I'll plug it into my power bank. So once it's plugged, now this other end, I'm going to plug it into this place. That is this small place right here. I don't know if you can see it. This. So the essence of it, like I said initially, is to help boost the power of the phone and also give more power to the HDMI because it is kind of transporting a level of current. That is what I understand. That is not scientifically or professionally proven, but then I believe that the reason why they did that is that it needs to, a level of power for it to, boost the signal, because ordinarily when you plug this without this, you are not going to get any feed. There is nothing you do that you are going to get feed, no matter how original your HDMI may be. So once I take this, let me do the other connections before you, so that at least nobody will come and say, how did you do this or how did you do that? Now, you see, this part has been plugged here, right? So this other second part, I'm going to now, remember I said that you always have the HDMI in and then the normal USB. And I said in your own case, if you go and buy another capture card, those black ones, and then you see HDMI in, and then you now see loop video or HDMI loop, don't plug it into the loop. The loop is to send a preview to your screen, right? So what do? You plug it into your HDMI in. So meaning it's coming out from the lightning into this. You plug this in. Then usually the USB cable that you plug here is usually USB to USB. You see that? This is what it looks like. USB to USB. USB to USB. So meaning here, this one goes in, and then this other part goes into my PC. And let me also state that now that I've plugged it, you are going to see like lights. That lights, in most cases, some it might be blue. When you've rightly plugged it, you are going to see like blue, telling you that there is already a signal that has been passed. You understand? So most of those things you will see it when you set up yours. Then when you plug this, please, because it's plugged to the power bank, when you plug this, just make sure that it shows charging. If it's not charging, if maybe you plug it and your power bank is connected, and then the phone is not indicating that there is power, like on that battery, this thing showing that it's charging, that means it hasn't sent the feed. So in such a situation, it's either you check where the problem is coming from, either it could be from this, because in most cases, some of them are fake. Like I have two of these. I bought one initially, it was having issue, and I went and bought this. But at the end of the day, the second one I even bought was worse. You understand? So what do? When you plug it, you make sure that this is charging the phone. That way, it's just to tell you that, okay, I've gotten what I need. So the next thing we are going to do now on your Blackmagic, ordinarily I would have been able to like show you the settings. Patience Owusu, thank you for joining. Isaac M. Armstrong, please, guys, you can help me to tap on the screen. Is another way to say well done, that we see what you are doing. So when this goes in, I just wish I had another phone where I would have shown you how this is being set up. Okay, let me see. All right, Armstrong, thank you. I see you. Thank you very much. Thank you, real good. I appreciate. And also Simplicity GH, thank you for the follow. Though at this moment I'm having light challenge, I just hope they will restore it. If not, maybe in few hours. Let me put this on battery saver mode. Let me put it on battery saver mode, because this needs to keep on going. So when you plug this, it's going to, be charging your phone. So I'm going to plug it. That's good. So let me ensure that it is charging good. Woo! Thank God. Thank God. Ah. Welcome to Nigeria. All right. So I'm coming let me power on my sorry. Sorry guys, thank you for for staying tuned, and sorry for that disaster over there. That's what we see here. That is one issue that we usually battle over here. But thank God they've restored the light. So, um, with that being said, we've been talking about how to connect the Black Magic application, which is what we are treating today for those churches that are on a budget, that wants to be able to do like live streaming using their mobile phones. So in this case, the Blackmagic application enables you to be able to enables you to use your mobile phone as a professional camera. So that being said, I'll be adding, let me show you what my screen looks like so that you'll be able to see how I'm able to connect it to my OBS. So I will share my screen currently with you so that you'll be able to see. Now, this is my OBS. This is my OBS. Remember, I've plugged everything, right? I've plugged everything. I've powered on the Blackmagic application, and you can also get this Blackmagic from your iOS or your App Store. You get. So when you come over to your OBS, though your OBS will not look like this. If you want to learn how to use OBS generally, you can go to my YouTube channel. There you are going to find about a 2 hours 40 something minutes of video. Is a lengthy video, but then it's a comprehensive video. So when you open your OBS, the interface will not look like this. So in most cases, you are going to see just one big screen here. So you now turn on this studio mode. So when you turn on the studio mode, now you are going to see it one left and then one right. The one by the left is the preview, the one by the right is your program. So you can click on that very video on my YouTube channel to see how to use OBS. But then I want to show you how to bring in your uh, your camera. So let's go. You come over here to your source. I'm still going to show you there is a setting you are supposed to do on your phone. There's a setting you are supposed to do on your phone so that you'll be able to, uh, uh, be able to give a clean output. If not, it's just going to, mirror your mobile phone. So let's go. I'm going to create a source. First of all, I'll create a different scene because I don't want it to interfere with what I have here already. I'm doing a tutorial, so I'll call it Black Magic. Sorry, I'll call it Black Magic. So when I click on it, look at it here. I can bring it to the top wherever I want. So you can see right here on the sources, I'll click on this plus, and then I'm going to come here to where it says video capture device, and I'll click on video capture device. I can still call it cam 1 depending, or I can still call it Black Magic Cam, or I can just say Black Magic, and then I will say okay. So they say the name is already in use. Okay, let me just add cam, Black Magic Cam 1, because you may have other cameras, and then you say okay. So when you say okay, now it now gives us the room now to be able to look for this capture card. Remember that we have a capture card. Good. You see by default, you see where it says USB 3.0. Just look at it. This is my Black Magic. Hello. I hope you guys can see me. So this is it. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to the Mr. Sabinus aura. So when you click OK, and then you can see by here now that it's too punched in. In most cases you will have this. Even for other inputs. So what do? You just come on your system, hold the button Control F. Once you hit on Control F, it fits in. You can see that it hits in. So it fits. So if I transition, you can see that. Hello. Hi the family. All right. So I hope that was very clear. Now let me show you. Let me see if I can get the opportunity to show you how to set up, where to set up, and all of that. So normally HDMI output. Let me see mirror. Good. So guys, watch. When you open your Blackmagic, this is what it's going to look like when you capture it. So guys, please, if you are still here, so when you open your Blackmagic, this is what it's going to look like this. If you see this on your screen, that means it has captured, but then it's not having a clean HDMI feed. That is, you are not updating, and it is quite, in fact, this is totally wrong. This is wrong. So you need to do a particular setting on your PC. That is to say that, okay, my phone is able to output clean HDMI. So I purposely left it like this so you're able to see. This is my Blackmagic. You see that? This is my Blackmagic. So what do we do? Does anyone have any question as of this point? Does anyone have any question? All right. Thank you for those that are liking. Evangelist Samuel, thank you for joining. So this is my Blackmagic, and this thing you are seeing right here, you can see how clean it is. You can see how clean. Like even the focus, you can see. The focus is just top notch. It's top notch. You can see, and that is why I love it. Your church can use these things, go live, and people online do not even know that you people do not have the money to buy a single professional camera. With this, you are good. I hope I'm making sense. Please, Simplicity GH, you requested for my number. Please, you can send me a DM. Because ordinarily I can't drop my number. WhatsApp is going to take the life down if I do that. So if you look over here, you can see there are different information. But let me use this opportunity to walk you through. I just wish it's something that I can show you my cursor so that you'll be able to see. Please guys, I will need your tab. This your tab is very important to me. I only have 1,400 tabs, which was mainly done by All Saints Church. Please. Now you see at the top left, let me see if the cursor is going to work. At the top left, you will see the lens that says front. That's because I'm using the front of my lens. And it's always advised, please, whenever you want to do something, use the back camera. It's usually very clear. So if this my front is clear, now ask yourself, how do you think the back is going to look like? You understand? So that is by the way. Now over here at the top left is my lens, which is telling me that I'm using the front camera. Then you see FPS, that is frame per second. I'm shooting at 30 frames per second, which is very good and normal for talking heads, right? So there is no need to do anything about that. Then for shutter, my shutter speed, you understand, you can always change it. Watch, when I click on this, you see the ones by the left here keep changing. You understand? So you can go 25, you can go 30. But why I like to leave it at 30 is that 30 looks more professional. I can be 29.97. Then if you want to maybe shoot a slow-mo, now this one now we are moving a little bit further just for you to understand the aspect of the Blackmagic camera. Maybe you want to use it for, like, something that you do for post-production, because you can use it to shoot cinematic works. So in such a situation, you can always bump it up to 60 frames per second. I think 120. I think you shoot even up to 120. Let's see what's the highest. Okay, 60 frames per second. Yeah, it's 60. So but then I prefer to leave it at 30 frames, which is very perfect, so that as I'm talking, you can hear me, right? Then another thing is the iris, which is more like your aperture, that determines how focused your background or your subject is, or that's what necessitates the blurriness and the clarity between the subject and the background. Then over here, I remember one good thing about Blackmagic again is that with Blackmagic you can be streaming, like you can easily record the footage while you're also outputting the same feed to maybe your screen. You understand? So when I press my record, it will start recording, and then I'll still be able to push my content live. So you click on this record and you have it right there. So guys, please, is there anyone here with me? Aluko Uluwaka, welcome. Please, any question, if anybody has any question, please use the comment section to ask that. Please use the comment section to ask that. Then the next one is ISO. So on this ISO, that is the level of brightness. I think this is dark, so I'm going to lighten it up a bit, depending on how exposed you want it to be. You understand? So that is it. Then for white balance is what the color field of your overall footage is going to look like. So in most cases, it can be warm. In most cases, if you want it to be cool, everything can be done in the white balance. And you see, whenever you click on any of these buttons, you are going to see a side button where you can roll. Maybe you see it starts becoming like too warm, extremely warm, something of that nature. Then if you want it to be cool, you can always click on that same info. Let me see. I'm coming. Guys, let me deal with it. Just hold on. Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned. So I want to attend to something really important. So you can see that from the look of my video now, it's looking extremely warm. That is as a result of the white balance. So you can see, if I wish to drop it down to make it cooler, you can see it's changing, it's becoming too bluish. If I want to, depending. So this is what each and every one of these does. So when you want to do anything, you already know what you want to achieve. So you just go ahead, dial it in. Then for things, you can still see, if you want to lock any of this, you can just press on the lock and lock it up. So for things, same thing. So everything just has, and then if you want auto, you can click on that auto there, and then you have it right there. Then over here you can see my audio meter. That is, it's telling me that I'm using my iPhone microphone. So but that is not what you are hearing. What you are hearing right here is this mic. This one that you are hearing right here on the phone, that is one on the phone display, is the ambient sound, which is what is speaking. And I didn't feed it in, but then you can easily see it if I show you my interface. You will see it here on my OBS. That is this one by the right. But then you can see that it's grayed out. If I want you to hear it, and maybe let me pause the one so that you will see what it looks like. So if I'm talking right now, you can see what you can hear is the Blackmagic microphone. You can no longer hear my what is it called? Okay, sorry. I think now you can. Good. So as of this point, what you can hear is my camera audio, which is the Blackmagic. But then you can't hear this one because I've been able to turn it off. So let me bring it. Sorry. Blackmagic monitor and off. Okay. Good. So I'm sure what you can hear now is the Blackmagic microphone. And you see that the camera is a little bit distant from me. You can no longer hear this one. Right? So let me return it back. But whenever you can also send audio into it. Maybe let's assume you want to record your sound, or you just want to do like a solo live stream. In that case, you can get something a sound card that is called is it iRig? Yeah. You can get iRig, plug it into your iPhone, then send the sound direct from your mixer into your phone, and you have it. So let me take it back to how it's supposed to be. So I'll turn this off. Good. So my sound is back. So all of this, just go through the other items here. You understand? Just to check. You can also add grid lines to your video and all of that. But then, if you want to record, you can click on this record button here. You can see that it has started recording. This is it. So you can record using the record button, and if you stop it, you're going to see it. It has stopped. Then if you want to play the video, you can come here and you're going to see the video right here. So all of these are the things you can easily do with your phone. Look at it. If I play it back, this is what record button here. You can see that it has started recording. This is it. So you can record. So back to our camera, which we have right here. Now, for you to be able to get clean HDMI, because that was the purpose of this. Now, what do? You are going to come over to settings. See the settings, that's the last icon here. Then there are still some other things you still need to set. Now, on the record, you can click on the codec. On normal, please always leave it at this H.264. That is the right codec for you. Just leave it. Then for bitrate, you can decide to, increase the bitrate, but then I will leave it at this 18 Mbp, which is the maximum. Then on camera, you click on the next one, which is camera. So it says enable vertical video. So I need to turn it off because I'm streaming and I don't want anything vertical. So if you enable this vertical video, what that does is that when you want to shoot like in portrait mode, you understand, it's going to turn portrait. Like everything is going to shoot is going to be in portrait. If you turn it landscape, by default, it's always, in landscape. So this one, trigger record indicator, all of this, you might not necessarily, maybe it's just sound, where if you record, it's going to make like a kind of sound. So check what works for you. Then use volume button to trigger record. So the volume button is that side button that is by the side of your phone that you used to increase or reduce volume. So all of this, just check it out, but we are not much interested about this one. Then for audio, you come here. This is where you are going to see your audio source. So if you plugged in, like, let's say your sound, which is like your iRig, or maybe you plugged in a wireless audio, right? Once you plug it, you will come here and you turn it on so that it will no longer use your iPhone microphone, but it's going to use that wireless audio transmitter that you plugged in. So this is where you do that. Then here on monitor, you are going to see focus axis, colored lines, where you want to get all those picking. You know those picking that will be able to show you maybe overexposed parts and underexposed. So whichever one, you just try it out and see how it works. Then for live stream, I think for this live stream, this is one feature that they are trying to set up where you can now stream to a destination, right? But then you need to log in. I haven't been able to try that, but I don't know if they've actually opened it up for total use. Then for media, now turn off this record proxy. Turn off this record proxy. You understand? Turn it off. Then auto upload to selected project. You understand? If you want to auto upload to a selected project, maybe you can always just try it out. I don't know what that does. Then enable upload only over Wi-Fi. Maybe you can only send it out through Wi-Fi. Let's assume the video that you've made, you can only send it throughout. So you just check. So all of this, then save data to clip. Then this one says save clip to. Is now asking you where do you want to save your clip. Now in-app only means that every video that you've made will only be saved inside the Blackmagic app. You understand? But bear it in mind that if you save it only in the Blackmagic app, you can only you can only have it when the app is on your phone. Once you delete it, this thing goes with it. But then if you want a situation where if you want to, record, and then it records both in the Blackmagic app and also it now drops it in your local folder, you can select the second one that says in-app and photo library. So this is just one of many things that this actually does. Then if you also want to save in file, like a particular file in your PC, you can in your phone, you can do that. Then function button, this one are just like shortcut keys where you can trigger it to work. Then see another beautiful thing I so much love about this. Now for lots lot is lookup table. So that lookup table is like a color grid, you understand, that you want your this thing to have. So a situation where, let's assume just the way you are watching me right now. If I do not want this particular look, maybe there is a particular look that I want to have, right? Let's assume I want it to look so cinematic, and I have a particular look that I want to achieve. Now, what I simply need to do is that I can easily record this very video. That is if you're a professional. You can record this video. Now, or you can take a screenshot. You will come to a place like Premiere Pro, DaVinci, or maybe like your CapCut, depending on which application that works well for you. Casey Prime, welcome. Thank you for joining. So when you've recorded it, bring it into your editing software. Then in there, what you simply need to do is to color grade that very video. Color grade it. You color grade it. So in color grading it, what you do is that you are now going to give it the feel that you want that video to have. So once that is done, you will now come over here to Lot Manager. Then normally by default, you are going to see this enable Blackmagic lock because there are so many other lots. You can see if I enable this, you're going to see there's going to be a change to the look. You can see that it has already changed, but then I don't want them. I don't want it. So I don't like the one that's Blackmagic. You can try if any of these. If you like the look, you can use it. But then the question now should be, how do you now bring in your own lots, right? So enable imported lots. You come down here where that's this thing. If it's like Premiere Pro, I'm going to like export it as like what they call I will export it as .cube. Those that are into professional editing we actually understand. So you export it as .cube. Now this is how you bring it into your Premiere, into your Blackmagic to use. You will come here to imported lot and then you trigger this. Though for this one, you see Apple Log 2, because I tried to bring in an Apple Log 2 flat profile so that it will help to give more desaturation to it, so that in post I can work with it. So here, if I click on import lot, I am now going to look out for any lot that I have. Let me see if I have any lot at all. Let me see. I doubt if I have any, but then let me just look out. So let me just see. Let me see. Okay, I don't have, but if you have, just go ahead and import that very lot into your system. This one is Qt Gamma. Let me just use it as one of those because it's still so. When I do that, then let's see if it has reflected. So put this, and then you see how it's looking. This is the lot that I just imported. You can see if I turn it off, you see what it looks like when I turn that Qt Gamma compensation. So this is the kind of feel that you might want to give your off on. You see it's still very visible. You see that look? So the lot is turned on and off. You understand? So these are things that you can do. But still remember that based on what we have here, right? We have still not been able to, take away the details that are in front of our camera. So let's keep going. We are done with this one. You can also export your lots. So this one is preset. If you want to save a certain preset, then accessories, you want to use Bluetooth, all those, so they are not needed. Then we need to come to monitor. So here on the monitor, right, this is where you come down to. You see this place where it says HDMI output. You can see by default is on mirror display. Then the next one that is there is video feed. But then when you click on this mirror display, you see that all these things are grayed out, right? So meaning you can't do anything. But the moment I click on video feed, this video feed means clean HDMI feed. So if I click on it now, all those details that you were seeing all this while are going to vanish. You can see that. In fact, even what I'm doing currently now, you won't be able to see them. You see, it has disappeared. This is what your video should look like. So when you come to monitor, you come to this part where it says HDMI out, and then you click on video feed. This is how you use your Blackmagic application. So as of this point, I don't know if I still have people here who are with me. Please, if I still have people here with me, can you please help drop some emojis? Let me know that I have people here with me. Please, whether on TikTok, can I get some emojis so that I know that I still have someone here? Or am I just keeping alone? Michael Ofusu, Bola Media. Do I have anyone here with me? Okay, I guess the all stepped out. Alright? Okay, I think I have people on YouTube. Okay? So, okay, Michael Ofusu. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Okay, someone on TikTok says that it's here. Michael. Good to have you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So this is actually how to use this. You can see we've been able to bring in our camera into our OBS, and then we are using it to stream. So we can use this. This is really very simple. Then in terms of your sound, let me say it again. For those who miss out, you can get a capture card like this. That is, if you do not have money to buy a good capture card. Then there is still the professional one that looks like this. Let me share the image again. You see this one that looks like box? That is the number 12. You can buy the one that looks like the number 12. That is a sound card, which is audio interface. Then you'll be able to use the cable, either of any of this cable. That is something that looks like this. You understand? Sometimes this very one goes into your sound mixer, and then this one goes into your sound card. And then in some cases where you use something like this, you understand? What you need is something of this nature. It can go in here, and then this other end may be like the AV mark. This one that looks like, that television is that you use in most radios. You have it. You plug it into your mixer. This one goes into your mixer. Then this one goes into that port that has the mic icon, and then this part goes into your system. Then how then do you now capture your sound? So in capturing your sound, you will come over to settings. Once the capture card has been plugged, if it's sound capture card, most times some capture card might require driver, but in most cases they may not need it, right? So what do? You come over here to audio, and then you click on mic and auxiliary. When you click on, because you plugged in your capture card, you are going to look out for it. In my own case now, you can see what I have the microphone zoom port track, which is what it is currently, right? If I plug any other thing here, you are going to see it. The moment you finish, you now press OK, but I'm not going to press anything. So you now see it over here. Now when you put it over here, you can see that even my black magic is still here, right? So I don't need this sound. So I can decide to turn it off. I don't need it. But also know that when you do that, you come here, that is by the time you bring in your sound for the very first time, you are going to discover that you won't be able to hear it. And if you decide to go live without changing some things, people online will be shouting, we didn't hear you, and then you'll be like, but my sound is there. Now this is how to trigger it on. Let's assume it's this one that I want to trigger, and that is this black magic. Let me show my display so that you'll be able to see. Okay, I haven't shared my screen prior to this time. Please guys, you can always interact so that I will always know where you are missing out, please, because I might be here and I won't be online to see what is happening. So I say that this is how you can capture your sound. Once you are done inserting your sound card through USB into your system, you click on settings right here. So on that settings, you will go over to audio. So on the audio, which is this, you are going to come over to mic and auxiliary audio. Click on it, look for your appropriate USB, this thing that you plugged, that sound card, and you select it. But in my own case, what I have here is the microphone Zoom P4 audio, right? And then you click on OK. You get? So once you click on OK, it's going to bring you to an interface where you will see this audio. As I'm talking now, you can see it right here, right? So what do? I said that in most cases, once the audio comes in, if you decide to go live, you might think people can hear you, but then they can't. So what you simply need to do is to turn the microphone for output and also for monitoring on. So you click here on the option. So when you click on the option, you are going to click on advanced audio properties. So on this advanced audio properties, you are now going to look out for the appropriate sound card that you input. That is the name, right? So in our own case, it was on mic and auxiliary. And if you don't see it, maybe you are sure that you put it, please come here and click on active source. That is turning. You can see all these things are different inputs that I have here. But then when I click on this one, I just want to display those ones that are active. Those ones. And the only two that are active is just my media 2. And then this my mic and auxiliary, right? So those are the only two active this thing that I have. So I will now go to the corresponding listen on the audio monitor here, and you click monitor and output. So let me turn this one off, and then I'm going to turn this one from, I'll turn this one from, if it was on monitor off, you just click on monitor and output, and you start hearing the sound. You understand? So this is how you get clean sound for your mix. I hope this has been worth it. So we've been on this for some hours now. So any more questions here from people that just joined me on TikTok? Any question? Those on Facebook, any question? TikTok, any question? YouTube, any question? Please, if you are joining from Facebook, please you can always drop your questions. I will always see it. We've actually gone far on this. This is like about 1 hour 40 minutes. Yeah, Collins, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, is there anybody here on Facebook, please? Is there anybody on Facebook? Okay. All right. Okay. So I think we'll have to go on with since we still have people. Okay. Can you go over the audio setup again, please? Okay. Michael, I'll go over it again. Like I said, now you need what they call capture card. You need what they call capture card for you to be able to get clean feed. And this capture card can come in the form of this number 12. I hope you can see the number 12, right? It can come in form of this number 12. That is where you have something like the Euphoria, Beringa, you have like Focusrite and all of that. Those are like almost like the three most popular that you likely see people use. They are pure professional, but then they cost a lot. So now, if maybe your money can afford this, for the sound for the sound cable, now what you have to look out for is what your mixer is outputting. So depending on what your mixer is outputting, that is what determines the kind of audio cable you are going to get and also the length. You understand? So in a situation where maybe your church mixer only outputs like jack. So when you talk about jack, you are talking about this type of mouth. Let me show you. You're talking about this type of mouth, jack. There are some mixer that maybe it could be that they are using the XLR, which is like this type of mount, and they will tell you that they are using the output, they are using the output, but then can you get something of this nature? So in that situation, you will now have to get something like this, and then if you have like this kind of sound card as you see in number 12, that means automatically the end will just be this very mount. The end will just be this very mount that now goes into it. So this end stays in your mixer. This very end goes into your capture card. Is that clear? Let me know if you understand what I'm saying before I can go ahead. Michael, did you get what I just said? Promisama, thank you for joining. Thank you. Michael, do you get what I just explained now before I can go ahead? Yeah, great. So but then not everybody can afford this, right? So that is where some other products now comes in. You understand? So and one of those is something close to this. Like I bought this on Temu. You understand? But then I noticed that it usually heats up. Like heats up. So ordinarily, I will not even recommend this, but then there are still some cost-effective sound cards. Some comes in different packages, different sizes that are way better. Like here in Nigeria, if you go on places like Gigi, you are still going to see a sound card of 8,000, some 10, some 18, some 20, some 19, some 130. Then the big boys in town, most of those ones, they span for like 200 and which is something like Focusrite and Co. You understand? They are on the league of their own. But then, if you are using something of this nature, which you are going to likely see the mouth like this, right? So when you look at it, you are going to see that there is an icon, and the two icons. The first icon here is a microphone icon. I don't know if you can see that. It's a microphone icon. Then the other one is headphone. So this microphone means this is where microphone is going to go in. That is this one by the right hand side. You understand? Or is it left hand side? This one is by the right hand side. So that means your mixer your mixer, depending, remember, you always look out for what is your mixer giving out. So ask your sound engineer, or you go to that mixer. Now your mixer may look something like this. You understand? That is what you have here on number 8. Your audio sound mixer. Your audio sound mixer might look like this, and then you are going to see all these ports. So you look by the right and look for a place where it says audio output, not audio input, because at this point you want to get a feed from the mixer. You are not imputing sound into it, you are getting sound from it, right? So when you get that, now in most cases, like I said, some they might tell you that the output is this mount. You know this one that looks like a television listen, but then it's audio, and then the other end we now need to do this. So if you are using something of this nature and the person tells you, or your sound engineer tells you that this is what is outputting, then that means you need to get something like this. Now depending on So depending on the length of where you are, that is where the system is and where the mixer is, you can simply plug this into the mixer, take this other end, take it and put it into the part that has that microphone icon, and then this part goes into your PC. I don't know if you understand. That is all that you need to do. So once that gets into your PC, that means you are done. The only thing left for you now is to go in and be able to capture your sound. Ofosu, do you get the point? Michael, do you get the point? Okay, I have the Focus Scarlett 2i2 4th gen. Wow. So in such a situation now, that means you have a professional sound card. So in such a situation now, definitely the other end will have to be this. Then look for what your mixer is outputting. If it is this jack, plug it. You get very clean. Like when they say very clean, whatsoever the gospel band are playing, whatsoever the pastor is preaching, anything that he's saying, anything that has to do with the usage of mic in the church, that is the only sound that you're going to hear, and that is what makes your stream to look good, look professional, look clean. So I guess that will do. So that is it. But then let me now show you. I've already said it before. This is how you are able to bring this into your OBS. Now this is how to capture your audio. Because let me say it. Because you have this sound now, which you possibly want it to be resident, so that as you are mixing the different cameras, they don't go out. You don't want to bring it in as a normal camera into. You don't want to bring it as a normal input into your OBS. You want it to be embedded, like let it be like something that if you switch from camera 1 to camera 2, it's going to be there. If you switch from camera 2 to camera 3, it's going to be there. You understand? If you are projecting your worship, it's going to be there. So whatever that comes is not going to distort the audio. Now this is how you can easily do it. So here on your OBS, let me show you my screen. Here on your OBS, you come here to the settings. Look at the settings here. Under here, you click on it. So when you click on the settings, you will now go to where the audio is, which is this. And then you come to global audio device. And then you are going to come to mic and auxiliary, because we are seeing it as mic. And then you are also seeing it as auxiliary. So meaning like an extra stuff that is helping do the job, right? Like a helper. So you will click on this. If you have plugged, like you say you have the Focusrite, right? So because you've already plugged it using a USB into your PC, you understand? Because from your Focusrite, remember, this other end goes into your Focusrite. But then what now connects the Focusrite to the system is the USB cord that comes with it. There is always a data USB cord that you can plug to your Focusrite and send it into your system. Now, when you come into this mic and auxiliary, you look out for that your Focusrite. It sometimes can be a RCO something. Sometimes it can be a Focusrite, depending on what the developers or the producers have already given it to be recognized as. So you just look for it. In this case now, what I'm using is my Zoom Port Track 4 audio, right? So once I click on it, and then I'll click on OK. You understand? Just like you have here. So you click on it, and then you click on OK. So once you click on OK, by default, you are going to see it now that it will show here. You understand? So even if you are mixing, the sound will always be there. I am mixing is here. I am mixing is here. So it's not going out. But then in most cases, in fact, whenever you bring in the audio for the very first time, you are going to find this problem where you will see the audio. You will see the audio like right here, but then you will discover that you can't hear it, even when you plug earphone. And also, if you decide to go live, people online will not even hear you. Why? That means we need to toggle on this sound here. And how do you do that? Now, remember what the name is. Is mic auxiliary, right? So you come here to options, you click on advanced audio properties, then you can see monitor and output. It's on monitor and output. That is on this audio monitoring. If I say monitor off, I'm sure you can't hear me again. You can see me, but you can't hear me. You can't hear me. So you see, formerly you can't hear me, but now you can hear me, right? So you turn it monitor and output. So that way you can be able to hear it like right here, and also be able to push it to your online audience. It's that simple. Please, Michael, did you get what I explained? Did you get? Please let me know if you get what I just explained right now. Thank you. Let me know if you get what I just explained. Michael, are you still there? Mark Blazer, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please, guys. Yeah, got it. Thank you. All right. Welcome. You're welcome, bro. Those people still joining us from Facebook. I think we have the list. We have the list support coming from Facebook. So what about TikTok? Okay, I have Michael who is here with me. Then for YouTube, I think YouTube is just a few people. All right. So with this is exactly how you are able to capture your feed in using Blackmagic in your OBS. Now same thing also applies when you want to capture it in vMix. So for vMix, still very simple. Let me launch my vMix. I'll show you how to capture both the audio and the video all together in vMix. So let me launch my vMix and show you how to go about it. Just hold on. So I'm going to launch my vMix. So I'm going to launch my vMix. So you just watch and see how it's being brought in. It's still the same procedure, just like you have for OBS. Now, let me remove it from OBS. Like as of this point, let me remove the feed from OBS so that I'll be able to bring it into my vMix, so that you'll be able to see how simple it is, both the sound, both the audio. So I've removed it, right? So let me say okay. Because why I'm doing this is if I don't, then I won't be able to bring in the video. Because OBS and vMix cannot be sharing one video. It's not possible. I don't know why they did it that way. One camera can be sending to two different things on the same PC. So you come here, so when you open if you want to bring in the camera, when you open your vMix, you click on add input, and then in that add input, you are going to come to here where it says camera. You can see video, DVD list, and then camera. Click on camera, you click on camera here, and then you are going to look out for your capture card. The question now is, which capture card do you have? And I have mine named as USB 3.0 capture video. This is it. I don't do any other thing, resolution and all of that. I leave it by default. So it's saying sufficient system results to complete the requested service. So it's still seeing it that my OBS is still using it. Okay. Sorry, let me retake. Sorry. So it's still seeing it that it's still using it. So let me maybe put it on Arium webcam 2, and then I'll put it this way. Good. All right. So let's repeat it again. So I'll still come here, and then I'll come to 3.0, and then I'm going to click. Value does not fall within the expected range. I'm coming. Camera. Good. You see that? You see that? Hello. Hi, family on vMix. All right. So this is me now using it for my vMix. You see that? This is how simple it is. And also have it at the back of your mind. On vMix now, because there are two different interfaces, right? You can see, if I want to turn on the sound on vMix, I'm going to turn this on, and anybody can hear me. If I want to turn off the audio, that is the follow-com audio, this is it, you turn it off. Then if I want to bring in the sound, like the sound card, now what you simply need to do, normally in vMix, you have to, bring it in as an input. So you click on add inputs, just like you did for the video. Then you now come here where it says audio inputs. Click on the audio inputs, click on select, and then you will look out for the very USB that you've plugged into, which is either your Focusrite or any of your sound card. You click on it, and then let's assume I select like let me see if it's going to work. Good. So you can see that it's reading it. You can see that. So, and you see that by default now, it has already given us this audio listen here. But if I want to turn it off, I can turn it off. Then this is how you capture the sound. So any other thing, once this audio is on and I am mixing my camera, the audio will always be embedded no matter the camera until I turn it off. Then there are still other things that you can easily do, but if you want to learn that, you can either join my community. So I'll be closing this up for now. We don't need the vMix because it's kind of having a serious toll on my system based on the amount of applications that I am currently running. So let me bring it back to my OBS, which is what we are currently using. So guys, if you want to belong to my community, maybe you want to learn how to do most of these things, or maybe sometimes you wish to, get me to help you sort some certain things, you can do what to join my WhatsApp media community, where I help you upscale your media knowledge, where you get the opportunity for you to meet like-minded people, ask questions, get the help whenever you need it. Please, you can indicate, or you can send me a DM, and I will send you my number where you get the opportunity for you to belong to a community. Remember that these are the things that you are going to enjoy. Just the way I did this, right? Ngoke Johnson, thank you for joining. So just the way you see it right here, as I'm doing, I intend to continue doing this from time to time. So whenever you see me come on live, you can do well to help me, share, invite your media members, send to that your church guy who is possibly having a hard time, getting certain things done. So hopefully after now I'll be logging off to continue later. So when I come back again, I will show us how to do another thing related to this, and that is how to now do the professional setup, where I'm going to show you the items required to do. Now that is where professional media setup like this comes in. And when I talk about professional media, this is a video mixer. This is actually my Atem Mini Pro ISO mixer. So in this case, when your church can reach this level, that means they are fully prepared for them to be called professional media. You understand? But then please do make sure to help give me a follow, like, share, drop your comment in the comment section, and I'm going to see you today, hopefully anytime from now. So do stay with us, and remember to have a nice day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with me all this while. I truly appreciate your presence. I do not take it for granted. The fact that I can come online and then I have people who can sit and listen to me, it's all a blessing. May God bless you. And I believe that at the end of the day, it's going to be a walkover for us. It's going to be a success. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So I'm still going to live this life like this. I'll put like a new video that will continue to play. So if you have any question, you can ask. You understand? And if you want to belong to my community, please do send me a message, a DM rather, so that you get to join the community. And if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section, and I will see you next. So until I see you again, do have a pleasant